John Wick versus Jack Reacher. Two of the most amazing fighters, two of the most unstoppable fighters, two one-man armies are going at it. But in a fight to the death like this, well, who's ultimately coming out on top? And really, is it even gonna be close? Let's get into it. John Wick. He's the ultimate hitman, just a legendary guy down in the underworld. And even though he managed to get out of the life once, did it for love, was eventually dragged back in when some little Russian prick stole his car and killed his dog. And from there, well, let's just say things kinda got out of hand. But still, John could handle it. And that speaks to really how good he is in a fight. John's strong enough to go up against almost anyone, and has legitimately sent people flying backwards with his punches and kicks. He's also definitely no stranger to fighting against bigger, stronger guys. He even fought against a world-class sumo wrestler, or a guy at the very least who was a promising up-and-comer. And then when he fought against 7'4" Boban Marjanovic, well, John just beat him to death with a book. Definitely one of the more humiliating ways that John's killed someone. I don't know which one's worse, getting taken out with a pencil or a library book. I mean, both are bad, both are real bad. What's even worse though is that John just casually puts it back after he's done. Like, well, don't need this anymore, I guess I better check it back in. So bottom line, John's strong. He's also really tough. His suit is actually bulletproof, meaning he's able to take all sorts of shots and keep on going. He's taken some pretty big falls and tumbles before. Punches and kicks don't seem to have any effect on him. He's like the Terminator, just picks himself up and keeps on going and going and going. You can even create a whole category here just about all the car crashes that John has been in. Like, you shouldn't be able to get hit by a car and walk it off that easily. You really shouldn't. But that's just the world that we live in here. John Wick is immune to car crashes. Also, I guess immune to being thrown off buildings. But don't worry, the metal railings slowed him down. What? Are we sure that John is even human? To top it all off, John isn't just borderline superhuman. He's also gotta be one of the best fighters I've ever seen. He's more of a grappler than anything else, but works in stuff like judo, Krav Maga, and jiu-jitsu to take down pretty much everyone he's come across. Seriously, it feels like almost every single assassin out there has taken their shot at John over the course of these 4 movies. They've all failed. His go-to move is just to flip people around and get them on the ground and then proceed to shoot them in the head. Which, I mean, hey, simple enough. It works, why change it? Keep it simple. And if John doesn't have any guns handy, well, he can kill a guy with pretty much anything else, so not really that big of a deal. And plus, John always has guns handy, so what are we even talking about? He's insanely accurate, is just constantly hitting headshots like it's nothing. He can take out guys in an instant. If John is coming at you with a gun, you're basically already dead. Not even bulletproof armor can keep you safe. Seriously, these guys are trained fighters wearing the best armor that money can buy, top grade stuff, legitimately bulletproof stuff, and John still just plowed through them with guns. The man is the best there is. He's a living legend. Put it simply, he's the Baba Yaga. Major Jack Reacher is an Army veteran who commanded the 110th Special Investigations Unit of the Military Police. When he retired, he chose to travel the country as a drifter. But Reacher just can't seem to stop getting in trouble and helping out those who can't help themselves. Reacher is an absolute unit. The guy's extremely strong. He's said to be as strong as 3 grown men. He's able to easily overpower pretty much anyone he goes up against. I'm talking breaking bones or even snapping necks with ease. He's also essentially just as tough as he is strong. He can take most attacks and honestly act like he doesn't even feel them. While he is a bit faster, more agile than he might appear, Reacher definitely isn't the fast guy in the bunch just because of his size, power over speed. And Reacher isn't just a gigantic Hulk. He's also a highly skilled and incredibly dangerous fighter. While often use his massive size and strength to simply overpower anyone in his way, that doesn't negate his skill. He might not be a master in any one form of fighting, but thanks to his military training, he's able to incorporate a whole bunch of different fighting styles and kind of mold them into one. On top of that, Reacher is a ruthless fighter and will do anything it takes to win the fight, with his favorite moves being headbutts, elbow strikes, and kicks down there. He's got no problem fighting dirty, using anything around him as a weapon. His only real goal in a fight is to end the fight as quickly as possible. Like Reacher himself puts it, the other guy cares how he wins. I care about pissing on the other guy's grave. So who's going to come out on top here? Who's ultimately going to win? Well, let's get into it. Well, when it comes to strength, it's got to go to Jack Reacher. For John Wick, strength has never really been his game. And sure, while he's been able to snap necks and send people flying with his punches and kicks, that's just not going to work as well when he's staring down a man as big as Reacher. Reacher is said to have the strength of 3 men. He's regularly just been overpowering pretty much everyone who comes his way, making it look easy. And plus, he's just legitimately bigger and has a lot more muscle mass. Like we all know deep down, size does matter. But what about durability? Well, both of these guys' durability is just simply off the charts. The amount of punishment that we've seen them take, yet not die and still keep on going, is absolutely insane. Heck, Wick has basically come back from death itself and come back even stronger than before. Both these guys can survive pretty much any attack you can send their way. But while Reacher can definitely take a hit, Wick has transcended into becoming basically superhumanly tough. He survived ridiculous falls. Being hit by speeding cars pretty much doesn't faze him. He can just casually jump out of multi-story buildings, fall down hundreds and hundreds of stairs, and because he's wearing ridiculous bulletproof armor, well, Wick can repeatedly be shot and keep going. Nothing is stopping him. Reacher is good, Wick is better. And I think that balances it out between the two. Reacher is bigger and can throw a harder punch, but Wick has proven time and time again that he can take a hit from someone like that and not go down. It's really going to come down to skill and ability. And I think that's where Jack Reacher is a little bit outclassed. Now, he's a great fighter and an incredibly purposeful fighter, trying to end the fight by any means possible. But he's also operating off mostly just blind rage. I mean, he clearly knows how to block and dodge and everything, but in fights, he's more of a bulldozer, just rampaging through everyone and relying on his strength and durability to carry him through. Problem is, Wick is just as tough as Reacher, and he's definitely more skilled. Like John Wick basically made it his personal mission to go encounter all the best fighters across the planet and beat them all. I mean, just look at Kane and Zero. Both of those guys are incredibly skilled, even with Kane being blind. And John was able to beat both of them in fights. Sure, he didn't technically beat Kane, but he also definitely wasn't trying to beat Kane, because Kane was his buddy. Reacher might have more power and muscle, but Wick has a lot more skill. And I gotta give the skill the edge, especially when it's someone as skilled as John Wick. And as for a gunfight, well, that's easy. Reacher is an amazing shot, but John Wick is a god with a gun, and you can't beat the god of gun fu. You just gotta watch one of these movies to see that this is what John does. This is what he's all about. Headshot, headshot, headshot. All of it is just headshots. He's just too good here. He's just too good. At the end of the day, you just have to go John's track record, just how many times he's done it. John Wick has killed a total of 439 people across his movies. In this fight, Reacher is just going to make it 440. It'd be a great fight, but ultimately, John Wick wins. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're going to have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're going to see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.